Hi, lovelies. This is Miss G, and today we're doing your love and tarot reading for September 15th to the 22nd, you guys, which will also be the fall equinox. Cannot believe it's already that far into the year, but we are here. All right, you guys. So, as you can tell, I'm just in a baseball cap today and kind of chilling. I went to a castle getaway this last weekend and did like a murder mystery, and I was a murderer. And I murdered almost everybody there. No lies. So I'm a little wore out. And I also feel like I owe you guys an apology. Last week's reading, I did do it. And for whatever reason, I didn't have audio to it. Yeah, I've got all kinds of new upgrades over here, but it just seems like sometimes I have this invisible force just kind of battling against me, trying to stop me from spreading light. All right. So we're working out the kinks. I'm doing the best I can. Thank you for being here. Please let me know if you enjoy these readings by subscribing, liking, commenting. Let me know where you're at in the world. Comment down below. Let me know what you think of this reading in the comments, not just through like a click. All right. Okay, so we're going to get right into this. We're going to start right into Aries. And you guys, we might even do a special reading for the fall equinox. What do you guys think about that? Let me give it some thought. All right, so we're shuffling these babies and we're starting right into Aries singles. Guys, what do we see for these lovely souls around love? Love for Aries. Some of you went through a disconnection that's still weighing on you. It feels like it's somewhat recent, but for some of you might not be, like as of like this last week or something like that, but it's still just hurting your heart. Because you thought this was your person. You might have even married this person and, now you guys are separated or going through a divorce. If so, I hate to hear that. But I feel like this is going to bring you a lot of freedom, bring in a lot of your dreams that you really wanted in that connection that you weren't getting. Okay. So here, that's the reality of things, is that you have a new person that's going to be coming forward, that's going to take a lot of action. Okay, so maybe this person was kind of stagnant. They'd have the door open, they'd be there, but they weren't making a lot of moves. They weren't keeping the romance going. They were lacking action. Let's put it that way. This person's coming in. It's going to be more fulfilling of your desires. They're going to be taking more action, more moves towards you. I do feel like this is a new person altogether. And for most of you, I don't feel like this person's coming in this week. Okay, I'm going to be honest. It definitely could. And if they do, let me know. But what I'm seeing is more the guys trying to let you know that you have somebody that's more suiting for you, waiting for you when you're healed and ready. So I'm happy to see that for you, Aries. That is very beautiful. And we're going to move right forward to money. Guys, what do we see for Aries around finances? You guys take note. That was a Knight of Pentacles that fell out there. Might be significant. All right, shuffling, picking up on energy. Guys, we need some direct answers right now for Aries. There was something you were dreaming about, you didn't take action on because you were worried about judgment or the outcome. And it was more, you were worried about how somebody was going to look at you or others were going to look at you for making these moves. So there was some insecurity, lacking courage. And now you might be kind of beating yourself up for it. If it's the opposite direction, you're making great money, right? If you actually took that leap of faith, because I feel like for some of you, it's the total opposite. You're making that money. You set up that foundation and now you're reaping the benefits. If it's the other side of the coin, to where you feel like that you've lost all your opportunities, you're feeling sad. I would say that you create your opportunities with your energy. So I would just look at what mistakes you made here, and from what I'm seeing in the cards, it's just because you weren't courageous enough to make the move. Like, I got the 5 of Wands, so you were worried people would battle against you, people would be upset with you or turn against you in your decisions. I mean, I don't know. Maybe you were trying to be a tarot reader like me, where people are just like, what are you doing here, right? But this is what I see. You thought there was going to be controversy around making that leap of faith into that new field or into that direction, so you just didn't take it. But that doesn't mean that all opportunities are gone. All right. You're not very happy with yourself. You feel like you need to pick up the pieces of whatever you're doing now and move forward. And I feel like you're right. And the reality of it is you're the King of Pentacles. You're able to manifest, create whatever it is that you really, truly desire. And maybe you need to take a look, go back and see if there's something you can resurface here, especially if it's a passion of yours and wasn't just a fleeting, opportunity. For some of you, I do feel like it was a passion. So this is something that you could go back to. You maybe haven't done for a while, but the guys are saying this is where you're going to make your money. Look at that. That is the Wheel of Fortune. So if some of you have a passion that you didn't follow, you might want to be hitting the brakes and reversing. All right? Because I feel like that's where your money's at. And if you did follow your dreams and your passion and you're reaping the benefits right now, know that you are on the right track and things will continue in that manner. Just keep that confidence up, keep your energy up, and in alignment with what you really truly desire, right? Because I feel like we get caught in worrisome thoughts. It's our human instinct, if you will, to worry about what if, what's going to happen next, all that goodness, all right? But once we start realizing in that energy of, being on all the worrisome thoughts, that's a lack thereof. Right? If you were abundant and you were where you wanted to be, you wouldn't have those thought bases. And our energy is a combination of our thoughts, our beliefs, and all that goodness. So we really have to think, hey, what am I focusing on? And we have to look past what reality is sometimes, right? And be like, I'm going to, daydream and embrace what it is, the feelings of what it is that I really want instead of what's in front of me. All right. So I'm going on and on right now. We need to move forward. Thank you, Aries. I love reading for you, obviously. Please reach out to me for a more detailed reading. My link is down below. All right. Hi, Taurus. Thank you so much for being here today. Oh, we have cards flying out the deck already. Oh, let me get these babies organized. All right. Taurus, we're going to get right into money. And I don't know why, because we were supposed to start with love. But I am being pulled to lay on money. Guys, what do we see? Give me some direct answers right now. You've done good for yourself. You know that you've went down the right path and you feel like you're in alignment with where you need to be. But there's still some kind of underlying dissatisfaction, like you think that you could be further. There's some things that you thought you made a foolish decision on that could have just really been, that chest of gold, if you will, that one job that, you might never have had to work again or something on the lines of that. And you messed it up or you passed it up or whatever it may be. And you're feeling foolish about it. And the kites are saying you have so much to be thankful for. I really feel for majority of you, you're already pretty abundant. You're pretty stable. You're doing good. You're on the right path. And you know this to be true. And majority of the time, this is you, the 9 of Cups, really satisfied where you are in your career or finances. But what I'm seeing is something happened where you just feel like you missed, the this lump sum of money that was going to come in and really set you for life, right? Like, oh, I could have done more, or I could have gone this direction, and you're feeling a little foolish. And the guys are saying, let's let that go, because, you know, you're usually the Six of Cups, which is bringing in more, open to receiving more, happy and excited about what's coming next. And now we're in the reverse form, which is almost blocking off the good things that are coming towards you. And you're not quite there. You're very positive, Taurus, but something's a little weighing on you. You got a little chip on your shoulder. You need to brush off there, baby doll. And for you guys that, you know, that doesn't resonate with, I could feel like a lot of it is, you know, you're just really kind of getting tired of doing things alone. So we might be going right into the love reading here, but I feel like for a lot of you, there's not happiness in the forefront, you know, the house, the home, the forefront. You know, you're feeling like maybe you made some bad decisions. You really don't know. You're ready to make more. The guys are saying, you're like, oh, maybe I should try this again, but you know, my life's in my hand, my stability, my future is right here in my hand, and I'm not sure what moves to make, but you're wanting to find your matching person, and you're starting to, you know, desensitize from these past heartbreaks, right? Going right into the love, you guys, because it's obviously affecting your money for some of you. So we're seeing that, you know, you're feeling better and more open towards love. You've been through a healing process. And for some of you hooked up with somebody and they weren't quite the empress or the emperor that you thought they were. They might have had some addiction issues, impulse issues, or just emotionally immature. But I'm seeing there was something just kind of off with them. They caused some turmoil in your life, if you will, at least emotionally. And, you know, you've healed from that. Now I'm seeing, you know, wanting, you know, this person that is making moves like you when it comes to finances, right? You're not wanting somebody that you're going to have to take care of. You want somebody that is working on themselves just like you. And you're throwing out that energy, Taurus, when you know, you're working on yourself and you're putting the energy on yourself. That's what you're drawing in as well. So I feel like, you know, what you're wanting is right on page, even though it's not here yet. The guys are saying the star card's in reverse, so you haven't yet got your wishes, but look what's here in the long run of things, the Four of Wands. And a lot of people look at this as a wedding card, you guys. This is a, you know, a wedding. For me, I don't know if the guys so much acknowledge weddings, but they do see that level of commitment, that devotion, and building a life together. I'm sorry, you guys. I got a new camera, and I'm looking at the I'm looking at my laptop instead of my camera. Forgive me. All right. So yeah, for some of you, it's really it's in the cards for you. Let's put it that way. And it could be soon to come. You know, you're healing. You're working on yourself. You know, and I feel like you're right. You do need somebody that's not going to weigh on you financially. You know, you've worked hard for what you have. And I do feel like, you know, you're going to get that wheel of fortune like you're wanting as time goes. And you don't need somebody that's just there, you know, spending on your money, or I feel like weighing you down. That's the way you look at it. Like, I want somebody that's just as passionate as me. And that's not a bad thing. You know, that's a go-getter that wants to build on their future. And I feel like that's in store for you, Taurus. All right, Taurus, if you want some more details, you know how to reach out to me. My link's all down below. Let me know what you guys think, if these readings resonated or not. All right, we're going to move forward to Gemini. Hi, Gemini. Thank you so much for being here today. I'm going to move things around. I keep looking at the wrong camera. I got a new camera, and I have to keep my laptop open. The timestamp, so I keep looking at that camera like it's the one recording, so bear with me. All right, Gemini, we are laying on love. Guys, what do we see for these lovely souls? Gemini, around love. We need some direct answers right now. Gemini, don't forget to tell me where you're at in the world. Comment down below. And this reading ends on the fall equinox. So we might do a special reading at that time, you guys, which is next Monday, which is when I release my readings anyhow. Wow. You went through some healing period and it was kind of up and down for you, right? You know you've overcame a lot and you've healed a lot and you've worked on yourself a lot and you were really devastated. You were really hurt. And I feel like it was definitely this last person or this last person that was very impactful to you. And they might have even just kind of stabbed you in the back. I don't feel like this was a regular breakup. I feel like, somebody really just, dug their nails into you or, literally just stabbed you in the back, right? But the guys are wanting you to know that you have many blessings coming your way. And I feel like this is, career wise, financially as well. This isn't just, you're going to find your person, you're going to have that happiness, but you're also going to have stability. You're going to have that happy home, that peace of mind, that you've always been wanting. And look at this here, the Three of Cups. All right. So I feel like somebody's right around the corner. I feel like it's already in the bank, like you've already put the energy out there. And I feel like your emotions are going to grow strong with this person pretty fast. This person is going to pursue you, and you might not, be with this person in the long run. I'm seeing this person as a frog, right? That doesn't turn into the prince, if you will. And it doesn't matter if it's a male or female. Just, using as an example, you guys. But I feel like this person, builds your confidence. Makes you realize that there really is good people out there in the world, even if it's not your one and only for life, kind of helping you get your mojo back, making you realize that the way you were treated in this past is not typical, not what you deserve. And you really are about to find your happiness. All right. So I love seeing that Ace of Pentacles for you. That says so much about the blessings that are around the corner for Gemini. All right, so we're going to lay directly on finances. Oh. Guys, what do you see? Some of you have been on a journey, and it's been a long one when it comes to career, right? You're exhausted. You feel like people have turned against you or the world's turned against you. There might even been a huge loss around finances. And this could have been with love, maybe a scorned lover. Yeah. Yeah, for some of you, I'm definitely seeing something about a scorned lover taking your money. And Gemini, I don't remember these readings a whole lot, but I would say I saw this for you last time as well. And I even missed last week's reading. If you listened to the beginning, you know it just didn't have any audio to it. Why? I don't know. But I feel like for some of you, you still have a lot of blessings coming your way. You feel like you have invested a lot and you have nothing to show for that when it comes to love. So maybe there was a marriage that's, now you're separated, you're divorcing, maybe all that's already happened and you're on your own and you're like, huh, about all this energy. I'm so wore out by doing all this, and now I have to start over. Are you serious? But the guy is just saying all this has happened for a reason, and there's a bunch of blessings coming your way. And I think it's very cool that this Ace of Pentacles keeps popping up over and over. So we know the universe is paying attention to who's out there spreading light, love, and everybody's about to get blessed, it looks like, so far today. I'm not sure about Aries up there, but definitely Taurus and Gemini. All right, so let's see. What else can we pick up around love? Don't let your love life affect your money. I feel like you're taking a lot of actions, but make sure you're thinking them out. You're like, oh, I'm in this down period of being single. I can work on my investments, getting a little bit of money to invest, whatever it may be. But let's just make sure that we're staying happy, joyful, even alone, not dwelling on things. And look at this. Here's the outcome. Not only are you making money, you're calling in love. All right. That's what I'm seeing for you, Gemini, is I see you calling in love. All right. We're going to move forward to Cancer. Gemini, thank you so much for being here today. I am taking way too long at these readings, but I hope they're insightful for you guys. And I'm here for you. My link is down below, you guys. I get personalized readings on Keen. You can read my ratings, reach out to me on there, or just pick up reading. All right. We are on Cancer. Hi, Cancer. We're going to start right into love. Guys, what do you see? We need direct answers around love for Cancer. We got cards flying, you guys. That is always happening. I love it. The guys are like, she's not laying the cards fast enough. Just throw them out there. Wow. You have a new connection coming in. Yes, absolutely 100%. Have a new connection coming in for whoever this resonates with, okay? So here are the two cards that went flying. We got the Page of Cups. We got the Two of Cups. This shows a new love connection. So somebody pursuing new love, coming after you. I'm seeing a very strong, bold kind of person, very assertive, very confident. And you're like, you maybe even thrown off a little bit, right? And the guys are saying to loosen up, to lighten up a little bit. Everybody is in and out, trying to manipulate you or start some big old, mischievous outcoming towards you. Okay. So if you're automatically assuming that somebody is this, that, or whatever in between, or that things will turn out a certain way, we've got to get out of this negative outlook, because look, this is you. You have all these cups full in front of you, but you're pouting about the one that's over here, that's been dumped out. That's the way I've always looked at it. Like, it's dumped out. One of them's dumped out somewhere. So you're not seeing all that's available to you. And this one behind you, it could even be taken like, oh, you're not even noticing that whatsoever. This blessing right there, like, hey, as you're sitting there pouting, right? So the thing is when this person comes forward to you, let's make sure that we're not in this state of mind. Let's make sure we're being open and giving somebody a chance, because not everybody is evil. Okay, so we don't need any shut off energy, especially this week, because we have dreams coming in. We got success coming in when it comes to love. I feel like this is a new person, you guys. You might have met them. Maybe they're just newish. Maybe you weren't looking at them that way until this week. But I see them pursuing you. Like, nothing has to be done on your behalf other than being open to love, ready to receive. All right. And I see this person as very honorable. I see them as very loving and kind. I see them balanced. And you know what? That says a lot about you, because when you put that energy out there, we get somebody that's matching up that energy, right? So you are very loving as well. You're very trustworthy, grounded. And we just need to make sure that we're staying in alignment with that energy, because I feel like that's your norm. But maybe something's happened here recently. Maybe we're just a little exhausted to where we feel a little imbalanced and need to pour ourselves back in, get a little bit more sleep, and get ready, because you got new love coming. All right, Kim. We are looking at money for Kim. Guys, what do you see? Give me some direct answers right now for Cancer. Oh, wow. Oh, my goodness. Getting wild. Some of you are going to start a new job. Are you taking a leap of faith? You're hoping that this is going to pay off for you. Keep that energy going. If you've changed fields, you've went a new direction, you're excited, you're feeling passionate about it, let's remain balanced, getting good sleep, taking care of ourselves, eating healthy foods. But the most important thing is healthy emotional thoughts. You're doing a good job now, but the hard part is going to be maintaining it in the long run, keeping that energy of abundance in the flow of, this is working for me. This is growing each and every day, even when we don't see it. We're just dealing another building block, right? Because we got to make sure we stay out of here, right? We don't want that happening. And I'm seeing that, you're trying to master between being kind of fierce, and I want to say vicious, but determined, hardcore, right? Like you don't take no for an answer, and someone that takes a lot of action, somebody that's very hardworking, very motivated. Okay, so these two things are really representing you with work, and you're off at a good start, and you're going to be doing really, really well. But no, you're not going to have all the answers right now at the beginning. Okay. Or, if you're in a little ways, whatever it may be, you're not going to have all the answers. So don't, tune into that, and make sure that we're just taking one step at a time. Because I feel like your biggest concern with this is you're putting too much in too fast. We're getting burnout, and we end up here sulking, not realizing all the amazing things that are coming our way, and we start getting ourselves in disalignment. Okay. With that said, you're doing beautifully. All right. And I love seeing that for you, Cancer. I'm super excited when people believe in themselves and they start new. And, if you haven't done so, but you're thinking about it, here's your sign. All right. Thank you for being here, Cancer. 25. Hey, Leo. Shuffling these babies and picking up on energy. Guys, what do you see? Give me some direct answers right now for Leo. Leo around love. Leo. What is going on here? Are you hiding out? The guys are saying you're an empress or you're an emperor. You're loving, you're kind. You are what everybody's looking for. Okay. And you're hiding. You're not taking action. And I feel like, you're preparing yourself. It's not a place you're planning on staying. Like you're not going to pack up and move there in that, state of mind. So I like that. So I feel like it's good to take a time out for us to regroup, rebalance, do a little bit of healing. And that's exactly what you're doing. And by the end of this week or soon to come, this is you feeling good, ready for love, feeling like the empress, sitting back, looking sexy, enjoying life. But just remember, you got to be taking action. You've got to get out of the house. Okay. And you don't have to pursue somebody to find love. I have so many people that come to me in these readings and they're just going to put themselves completely out there all at once. And it's like, whoa, let's let this naturally progress a little bit. Right. Not saying it's, a bad thing to go and, bare your soul to others, but I see a lot of people getting, their hearts smashed coming in so fast, might be easier to come in and, leave a little bit of some hints to let them know how you're feeling, put a little bit out at a time. I'm not telling you to hint so much, but a little bit at a time, and see if they're matching energy and build yourself up to it. And that's what the guys are kind of saying here. There's no reason for you to, be so scared to put yourself out there because, you're going to have time to get to know this person, let things build slowly and grow. So that's the good news. And love is in the cards for you. And this person is sexy. That is the second time I've gotten this in this reading. So you got somebody very sexy coming in the picture. So, wow. Good job, Leo. All right. I am shuffling these babies and picking up on the energy around finances for Leo. Guys, what do we see? Oh, my goodness. I can't keep a hold of the cards today. Darn it. This deck's like a little large for me, you guys. I got small hands. Around finances, guys. Ooh, all right. You got what it takes. You are starting something new. And if you're not, you should be. right? So if there's been a new opportunity coming towards you, if something was like, oh, like an aha moment, like, oh, this is what I need to do to be making some more money, you need to take that leap. And I think you actually are planning on doing so. Like I have the strength card, I have the sun card showing new beginnings, exciting new beginnings, whatever you were doing, dreams weren't happening with, right? Maybe you did good overall, but now you're on new horizons, or at least you're wanting to be. And you're wanting to leave the past go. You fulfilled those dreams. You did that. Now you're wanting more from life and more out of your career. And the guides are saying that's a good thing. This is you building. This isn't you leaving anything behind. This is just you building your status, your finances. And here's the outcome of that is the King of Pentacles. Because I almost feel like, maybe for a while you've dragged this on, right? And taking this leap of faith, going this other direction. Because, you've been going this way for so long, you've already worked on this. But this is the reality of it is that that was meant to be, keep you going at that point in time is now time to clear away. It's time to leave that behind. That's what I'm seeing here. So if a new opportunity arises, like you're like, hey, Miss G, there's been nothing new, no new opportunities. I don't know what you're talking about. Keep your eyes open over the next couple weeks. One opens up, I would say, go for it. All right. And we are now moving forward to Virgo. Hi, Virgo. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm shuffling these babies and picking up on energy. Guys, what do we see for Virgo singles? Virgo singles around love. Give me some direct answers right now. We got cards flying out the deck, you guys. Nothing new there. All right, wow. You're willing to devote yourself, right? And I don't know if this is saying to a certain person, but maybe we'll get into that. But I feel like you've cleared the slate from the past. You're ready for new, and you're ready to do what is needed to have the type of connection that you desire, right? And I feel like there was a lot of heartbreak. You went through a lot past tense. You had to process a lot for you to regroup. And now you just want to find your happiness again. You want to be that strong, independent person that overcomes that. You don't want to just be pieces of yourself that was left from this past situation. And even though, you don't want to be the fool, you're not completely, going head first into some of these connections or this connection or a connection in general, I guess. You are building your strength. You're building your confidence. You're feeling good about yourself. And you are willing to devote yourself and put the energy forward that's needed. Now, with that said, I do see somebody that you've maybe started to build emotions for, that's expressed emotions for you. They seem to be, a good person overall. And, you feel like there could be a good life with this person. Like there's happiness. It comes easy. You guys enjoy each other. You've both been looking for happiness. So I feel like there's been, a lot of similarities of what you're wanting in life and where you're at in life. But maybe this person hasn't been doing exactly what you want, or it's not flowing the way you want it. Because I see you're sulking about something. And the guides are saying why you're sulking about something or this person, there's things that you're missing. That could be new opportunities in love that you're not quite seeing quite yet, even though you're not, I don't want to put off the point like you're devastated about something this person is doing. It's just like, maybe this is not going the way that I desire, and you're a little pouty, like, I expected more out of this, right? So we get the Five of Cups. It's in the reverse form. I feel like that's a short-lived feeling, something that you're going to get over awfully fast, but maybe use it as a sign for your decisions as time goes. Wow. And for some of you, this is a sign. This is letting you know that in the long run, this isn't going to work out. Maybe this person is just supposed to come in to help you, get yourself back out there again. build your mojo, things of that nature. Because I got the 2 of Pentacles in reverse, I got the 9 of Pentacles in reverse, but I got the Justice card. I got the Strength card here. And I see this person probably makes good money. I would say this person is probably older than you. I would say that they're maybe not so much wealthy, but stable. They've done good for themselves. They're probably knowledgeable in their career, something on the lines of that. And, so you look at them, you see that they could be a good partner, somebody that would be easy to build with and have a lot to bring to the table. But the reality of it is, I don't think that person's come into your life for that reasoning. For majority of you, it's just to kind of help you move past these past situations, help you build that strength like you've already been doing, and get your mojo back. All right, so we're going to move forward to finances. Guys, what do we see for Virgo around money? Give me some direct answers right now. You don't need to make any changes. So if you're having issues with your career, you feel like there's issues or, bumps in the road, you are going to work all that out. Okay. I got the Temperance cards where everything's going to blend very nicely. Here's the outcome from you is 3 of Cups, being very emotionally content. And you're going to have some exhausting, draining days. You're going to have to, work your way through the woods to get out to the other side. So you're in, I wouldn't say the beginning stages, but you're halfway there, right? Of getting things sorted out for you, making a path. And some things have been very bizarre when it comes to career. It's been very unexpected. And some of it might be because of love as well. Like it maybe has affected you to where you've had to change things around in your career because of a love situation going bad. So I don't know what all that is about, pretty specific. But that's what I'm seeing, that maybe there were some changes that came into place because of a love situation that just kind of upheaved your life and put you into a new direction. So you're not so much starting over, but you're starting over. It's the kind of feeling I get. Yeah. And it could be in the same field, but maybe, a new outlet. And here's the reality of it is you're building an amazing foundation for yourself. I got the 10 of Pentacles. This is a happy home. This is stability. I mean, hell, it's not even stability. It's abundance, This is like having your cake and your ice cream too. And it also shows you getting the love that you truly desire, building a home life with somebody that's very matching of your energy. I like seeing that for you, Virgo. It's very well deserved. All right. You guys know how to get a hold of me. My link's down below. And we are moving forward to Libra. Hi, Libra. Thank you so much for being here today. I am shuffling these babies and picking up on energy. Guys, what do we see for Libra singles? You're over a past heartbreak. And if you're not about to pursue somebody else, they're about to pursue you. Somebody's going at the other person full force. Okay. You have several different options. And I feel like you're just going to put yourself out there. You're like, oh, this is great. I want marriage. I want to build with somebody. I'm over this past situation. This is my time. And you're really trying to take control of the situation. With that said, heartbreak does seem to come up. You seem a little triggered every once in a while, especially with some of these options. And the guys are saying, follow your instincts. Even if somebody's being really nice, but you're feeling a little triggered, you're feeling a little scared, that might be a message from your guides that there's something in their energy that's, not working here. That's not good for you. Okay. So it's not always about the actions of another, because I have people come to me all the time, be like, oh, he or she was so sweet. Yeah, we had such good conversation. They were so charming, blah, blah, blah. But something just feels off, right? Well, there's all kinds of lovely people in the world. It doesn't mean it's your person, okay? So keep your eyes open to that. Just because they're a good option doesn't mean they're your option. And I feel like that might come into play for you. You might be weary about which way to go because there's going to be more than one option and probably coming in this week or very soon. Okay. And you're gonna be like, oh, I don't know. They're so nice, this and that. Just to see how you feel. Don't pursue anything. Don't respond to it. Keep the door open. There's no reason you have to choose somebody immediately. All right. Let things naturally progress. See how it feels with you. All right. It's not about how it looks in the books, how it sounds like when you tell your friends about their career or their looks or anything out between. It's how you feel and how you guys flow together. All right. And I feel like this person, you're yet to see their potential. I mean, they're already coming in as a good catch. But the person that you choose, I got the Emperor. This is a strong person. This is somebody, that thinks before they speak. They're very educated. Okay. So there's your sign there as well. They come off very in control, very powerful, just in their energy. Like when they enter a room, people pay attention. All right. Okay. So we're moving forward to Libra around finances. Guys, what do we see? Give me some direct answers right now around money. Oh man, you have had kind of a rough year. There's been a lot of, I want to say controversy. You might get along with your work people just fine, but there's been some bumps in the road with something where you're just like, whew, glad we've made it through that. You're feeling refreshed, renewed, for like, all the craziness might be over with. And, you're proud of yourself. You've handled it really well, right? You're like, oh, I am just really mastering this, even though this has not been fun. And then in the end, you've been surprised with some blessings. So I don't know what's recently happened. If it's not going to happen this week, you might find that, you get a little blessing from the universe around money. Maybe you're going to get a raise at work, but there's something unexpected that's coming full force towards you financially. All right. So if you just recently had that happen, that would be what we're talking about. Maybe even a bonus one. Yeah, and I mean, you might even find that they might be pursuing you for some new opportunities, a new position, something on the lines of that as well, because I'm getting all these new cards. So I don't feel like you're changing career paths, but I'm getting all these new cards. So that's interesting to me. So I could say maybe a different position in a company, something on the lines of that. You tell me, Libra. Comment down below and let me know what exactly I'm seeing here. All right, we're going to move forward to Scorpio. Hi, Scorpio. Thank you so much for being here today. I am Chef Lainey's Babies. I'm picking up on energy. Guys, what do we see for Scorpio around? I was about to say finances, you guys. So let's start there. We'll go right into finances. Finances and money. Give me some direct answers right now. Any money sorrows you had are leaving. And maybe it's attached to finances, or I'm sorry, love as well. Okay. But any emotional contentment is leaving. And you're so proud of yourself. You went through this rough patch and you stayed strong through the whole thing, right? That's what I'm kind of seeing. I see you celebrating, enjoying life. Like I had faith in me. I knew I could do this. And now here I am on the other side of this dark cloud, dancing, laughing, and living my best life. And you're feeling really good about you, right? You made strong decisions. You made honest, moralized decisions. You stayed true to yourself. And here you are, flourishing, independent, making it happen. And even though all your dreams haven't came true yet, you are on the right path. So even though you took some serious hits, for some of you, I feel like it was very unexpected, out of the blue, things that, you were in control of, and you held strong through it. And I am very proud of you for this because it looks like it was very, very messy. And even though dreams haven't came true yet, this is what I'm seeing for you, which is success in your career. So I would say that finances are raising. And the guides are saying that you have the world in the palm of your hands. I always like to think it was creating your world, So I would be writing the next chapter. Write it down. That's what I'm seeing them tell you to do, Scorpio, is just write it down on what it is that you're really wanting to bring in. Not what you don't want, not with, thoughts of, oh, that would never happen, because only bad things happen to me or whatever it may be. Daydream, fantasize, let your imagination go wild and see what you really can find. All right, so we are moving forward to Saggies. Oh, let me timestamp. I almost forgot. Hi, Saggies. Thank you so much for being here today. I am shuffling these babies and we're picking up on energy around love. Guys, give me some direct answers right now around love for Saggies. Oh, something's coming to an end. Or maybe you're just finally letting it go and putting it to an end, like, emotionally, energetically, and all the in between. Yeah, somebody was not taking a whole lot of action, right? And this might even be somebody you were married to. Yeah, I got the high frank card here. You respected this person. You thought they were going to do certain things. And even though they might have left a door open, which sounds weird in a marriage, but that's what I feel like. They were just almost there, right? And I feel like this could be a lot to do with bed. I got the Ace of Wands here and the reverse moon saying that's not really what you were expecting in action-wise. The Knight of Wands is reversed. I feel like they weren't very loving, maybe very affectionate towards you, or haven't been. And it's caused this detachment. Look at this, death. You're just done. Yeah, you're cutting off your emotions to that. You don't feel like this person is, this honorable, loving, kind person that you once thought they were. You're not sure if they're on your level. And to be quite frank, I think for a lot of you, you're starting to really just daydream and fantasize about what it is that you really, really want, because you don't want to make bad decisions again, right? You want to get this right. You want to bring the right energy to the table so that you can, bring this in. So you're moving forward. You're bringing your passion up, your mojo back. And I feel like some people might pursue you this week because, you're putting out this really sexy energy. But I would move slowly. I wouldn't get hooked up with anybody at the moment. I feel like right now you're just kind of regrouping, reprocessing, and getting out the energy that you want. But this is the outcome I see for you. Pages, Wands, and Wheel of Fortune. This is somebody that's matching of your sexual energy. This is somebody that's going to be very passionate about you and want to be close to you and won't be able to get enough. And this is what you've really been desiring, right? I feel like for a lot of you that, that's what you feel like is what's good in life, is having that deep connection with the person you love, having that closeness. And that's more important to you than it looks like than, finances and the overall, right? Okay, so we're moving forward to money. Money for Saggy, guides. What do we see? Give me some direct answers right now. For money, money for Saggies. You feel like you've done a lot of work and don't have enough to show for the work that you put in. And you're starting to wonder if there's other outlets you could be doing. Okay, so you're debating career-wise. Like, I don't know if it's so much you're wanting to go in a different field, but maybe put yourself out in different ways. So like if you work for a company, maybe you're wanting to apply for a different position within that company or take on some more roles, something in the lines of that, okay? Maybe if you work for yourself business-wise, maybe you're wanting to add some more services, more products, something on the lines of that. And you're not yet feeling it. And it's okay, Saggy. I've just, as a Sagittarian at 44, started to get that, I don't have to get everything at once, right? I don't have to understand it all at once. I don't need to know all the answers because I'm supported by the universe as long as I stay in alignment with abundance, with happiness, Okay, so that's my goal. Not all the answers, but keeping myself in alignment. And one of the things that hit me recently is, hey, I'm going to have to go some different directions. I'm going to have to add in something new in a different way to kind of just fill this out. Excuse me. I apologize, you guys. And get myself to where, I'm feeling good about this. I'm feeling good about where I'm heading, what I'm building emotionally, spiritually, and of course, financially, right? So know that you might not get the answers this week, and that's okay. Maybe you're aware that this needs to happen, and it's just time for you to just, sit back and meditate on it. Maybe start doing a little bit of research. More importantly, wait for those like aha moments. When something hits you like aha, oh, that feels good, that feels right, that feels like what I need to do right now, and you don't let yourself start second guessing, you're going to find that that's where you're going to make your money, or that's the best next move for you, whatever it may be. All right, because that's the guides giving you little clues, little messages. I call it infused knowledge, where they just kind of trying to get you to go a certain direction. And if we don't let our self-doubting part of us come in, our negative part, we're like, oh, no, we can't do that. Those ideas is really what's going to make us some money. All right, Saggies, remember, I'm here for you. My link is down below. Please don't hesitate to reach out or comment and let me know what you think of these readings. All right, we are moving forward to Capricorn. Hi, Cappies. Thank you so much for being here today. I am shuffling these babies and picking up on energy. Guys, what do we see for Cappies around love? Give me some direct answers right now. You are not taking a lot of action. You're still feeling conflicted, scared to put yourself out there and pursue somebody. And I feel like this might be, it could be a certain person, but I feel like this is, in general, you're just kind of scared, to take that battle on. And while you're still thinking of it as a battle, I would definitely say you were in right to kind of stay back and not pursue anybody, and take some time to heal. I don't feel like this is a bad thing for you to kind of, block things off and work on yourself for a while. For some of you, you're coming out of a marriage and you really need that time. You have a lot to bring to the table. You have a lot to offer, and you want people tuning into that and not this energy that I'm seeing where you're trying to hide. You're thinking about relationships as battles and things of that nature. And here's the outcome. Here's the outcome is wild too, with everything was said here, is that you're going to get exactly what you desire. And if you're coming out of a marriage, you're going to end up getting married again, or at least finding somebody else that you're committed to on that level. That level of devotion and building a life together. Okay. So your person is still out there. So if you've lost somebody in a marriage, maybe that was meant to be at one time. I know that you're meant to be healing and recovering from that, and that's needed as well. Let's just make sure we're not packing up and moving there, that we're working on ourselves. Okay. And know that you have a soulmate that you are more likely going to get married to. All right. Wow. Kudos to you, Capricorn. And we are moving forward to finances. Guys, what do you see? Give me a direct answer right now. Around money for Capricorn. Some of you have been spending way too much money. This is the second time I've seen this for you, Cappy, where, you're just not happy where you are financially, but I feel like you have stability. And maybe for some of you, we're in that healing period like we saw around love. And, you might even be spending time with others, spending money on things and other people to just kind of avoid what has been going on with this past separation. right? So I feel like there's some toxic behaviors that you're having some issues leaving behind that could definitely be affecting your finances. If it's, partying a little bit too much, doing a little bit too much shopping. But I feel like there's some stability emotionally with you around, whatever it may be. For some of you, I definitely feel like it's a disconnection, a divorce. There's the direct message from the guides. But I feel like you're trying to fill a void. That might be the best way to put it in one way or another. And that could be definitely affecting your finances. Having stability in your emotions is what's going to bring stability in your money. All right, Cappies, you know how to find me. My link is down below. Thank you for being here. All right, so we are moving forward to Aquarius. Oh, of course, I'm throwing cards already. Hi, Aquarians. So lovely to join me today. I am shuffling these babies, and we're going to get right into money. All right, and we usually start with love, but I feel compelled to say money. And right as I did, I got two very interesting cards. And what's cool to me, Aquarians, is this goes in tow with these other readings energetically. So the interesting thing is, like other signs today, if you're taking a leap of faith into a new field, a new company, whatever it may be, you're making great decisions. Okay. This is a time of doing new beginnings. That's what I'm seeing. This week is all about taking a little bit of risk, making some big decisions, or, at least starting to open your eyes at that's possibilities for you and working out the kinks of doing so. Okay. So I feel like for a majority of you, this is something you're already aware of, but maybe not. Maybe it's something that'll come open to you this week or around this week. And I feel like it's really going to bring in some exciting times and a lot of money. Look at this. We got the Ace of Pentacles. We got the Ace of Cups. Yes. And Queen of Pentacles, right? So this is building a foundation for yourself. So you've thrown this amazing energy out there, even though you might be starting new in some way, in a different, through another outlet, whatever it may be. I don't know exactly all the details because there's so many of you. You've built a great foundation for yourself. You're knowledgeable, you're resourceful, and you're just really making it happen. I feel like you took a lot of losses, maybe a lot of hits to get yourself there, but now this is over with. This is gone. This is in the reverse form, showing all these blessings coming in way. And here's the two cards I see now, just like, wow, we are seeing new beginnings, new offerings coming to you around career. And it's the time. Take that leap of faith, all right? You have manifested it, and you have what it takes to make it happen. So if you're not aware of what I'm speaking of yet, I feel like you soon will be. Let me know. All right. And we are going to go ahead and move forward to love. Guys, what do we see for Aquarians around love? Give me some direct answers right now. Ooh. See, here's the thing. You thought you had it made in your last relationship. They were everything you wanted plus some. And then I don't know why you guys had issues. It seems like there might have been a fight of some sort, some kind of conflict. And you feel like you invested a lot in that and you didn't get what you deserve from that relationship. And you're still really in a hurt state. You're still, feeling burdened from this connection, if you will. I see you're a very loving person and you feel like you brought a lot of love to this table, that, you took a lot of action, put a lot of energy into this relationship. And now you're like, after all that money, after all my energy, after all my love and everything else, this is where I'm standing? Not fair. Right. And, you're just like, have your heart blocked off for this reason. You're like, nah, I'm not going that radio again, even though you're really wanting it and you've had a lot of blessings. But the thing is that whatever reason you had two broke up, you still see this person as, your dream. That was your dream person. And it's like, if I couldn't be happy with that person, I couldn't make it work with this person. How am I going to be with somebody else? And how is anybody ever going to amount to that person? Right? Or at least the connection that you guys share, that feeling. And I'm telling you that you will. You just got to let this go. You got to let it die. It was meant to be in that moment, and it's not anymore, my dear. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but it's time for the cord cutting. All right, you guys, don't hesitate to reach out to me via all links down below. And we are moving forward to Pisces. Hi, Pisces. Thank you so much for being here today. We're going to start right into love. Love for Pisces, guys. What do we see? Give me some direct answers right now. You feel like you are in the twilight zone. What is this about drinking? You've been getting some weird people around alcohol and events coming at you. That's what I kind of got. Like maybe you were at a get together, an event of some sort, maybe a bar, and the people that are hitting on you, you're like, no, whoa, no way. This is not on my level. I can't believe I'm attracting these people. But at the same time, you're kind of like, well, at least I'm getting some attention, huh? Somebody's noticing me. But you are not liking what you're seeing, and you definitely don't think that they would be matching of your energy or bring the future to you that you know, help you build the future that you desire. Right. And the guy is just saying, you know, all this is a test. You're starting to put yourself out there again. You're out socializing, you know, obviously at the bar, having a few drinks or whatever it may be. And, you know, you're lashing through. You're getting through all the nonsense. You're seeing things very clearly. You're seeing people very clearly for what they are, their game. You know, you're a little bit more experienced in the past. And that's what's going to end up getting you to this 10 of Pentacles. And, you know, if you're a client of mine, you already know. I refer to this card as, you know, having your cake and your ice cream too, because it shows abundance. It shows love. Yeah, you know, it shows passion and romance and stability and, you know, everything in between. It has everything there just as you're wanting it. So even though, you know, you have these people coming forward, you're like, hey, there's no way this is a person or one of these people could be the person that's going to help build the future that I really want, right? The guys are saying this is just a test, you know, do not give anybody your energy, because here's the outcome is you getting what you desire and love. All right, Pisces, thank you so much for joining me. I am so happy you guys have been here with me. If you guys like my readings, please comment down below. And remember, we'll be doing this every Monday. Blessed be.